Greetings, folks. Welcome back to the Jason Damico Show, and hopefully you're doing safe and well out there during these quarantine COVID times. And got a special guest for you, as always, on the show. We always have very special guests, and found her through a typo negative hashtag, which is really cool. Always great company in the typo section of Instagram and that community. She's into alternative modeling. She's a brand ambassador, metal lover, just like myself, fellow artist. Please welcome to the show, Miss Rachel Belladonna.
Hey guys, thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to come on. I enjoy the purple and pink collection here.
Try to keep it fun and new.
How long does it take to do the dye on that?
It's a wig.
Oh, it's a wig.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
My hair is like, I used to dye my hair all the time when I was a teen, and it really messed up my hair. So when I got in my 20s, I'm like, you know what? I'm only gonna wear wigs now.
Wow.
It's just healthier. You know, I don't think that much bleach is good for anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get into your beginning stages. I mean, you've got a lot of cool things going on. I enjoy your shots.
Thank you.
Some cool stuff you've got in the works. But as far as like how you got into getting in front of camera and obviously makeup and design, aesthetics, just how you got into it, beginning stages for you.
You know, I've only been doing this for 3 years. When I was younger, I always found comfort behind a camera. But with Instagram, you find all these different clothing companies.
Right.
And 13 Clothing, sorry. Bloopers, woo! 13 Clothing, it was a company that I was shopping with a lot. And the owner was like, hey, you mind doing a couple of pictures for me? I'll give you your own special code, just promote my brand. So I did, and it turned into something that I never really thought it would. I was never really comfortable in front of the camera. I was more a back person. And it was new, it's fun. It got me out of my comfort zone. And that was one of the main things that I wanted to do, was just push myself and see how far I could go with having more confidence in myself.
Sure. As far as having an affinity towards aesthetics and style, obviously we can see kind of the rocker chick vibe for sure, which I'm a big fan of.
Thank you.
How did you find that voice for yourself as far as, influences or music perhaps?
Oh, that is a great question. One of the stories that I love to tell is my cousin and I, we were listening to the radio. It was a basic pop channel that we were listening to, and we decided to just play around with the knob, and it landed on a local alternative station. And I'm a kid about 6-7 years old listening to music on my pink boombox, and I hear Closer by 9 Inch Nails. So I didn't understand the lyrical content.
Right.
But I was sitting there like, this is really cool. I'm not really sure what he's saying. I don't get it. My cousin, she's 8 years older than me, and she's like, I don't know if I should let this happen, but you look really happy. So we're not going to talk about what these lyrics actually mean.
Yeah. Not yet.
So it's like one of those innocent moments, but when you think about the content of the lyrics, you're like, we're just going to go with it. Hopefully you turn out well. And they're actually one of my tattoos, because that's what landed me into me being me, Like, it was that song, that innocent little moment with the pink boombox, and this is what happened.
That's hilarious. Like, I just picture that now, like, you let me violate you. Like, with the freaking pink, like,
Little kid, I'm like, all right.
Oh,
I
that's
don't really
great.
know what he's talking about, but it sounds really cool. And my
It's
cousin's
funny.
like,
I remember the first time I heard that. I was, and it, it probably wasn't the first time that I heard that song, but it was the first time where it really stuck with me. And I was actually going from North Carolina to Memphis, Tennessee. It was like a 14-hour drive.
mm.
We were going to shoot a music video. And it was just like we were all crammed in this one production truck, and it was just like we were just listening to music for 12, 14 hours, and that song came on, and I was like, man, what the hell is this? This is awesome. It was just like that. One of the guys up front had like this industrial binge going on, and it was like the extended version. It's like that really long 7-8 minute version. And they're like, yeah, this is like 9-Inch Nails, man. Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, cool. So that was what got me into 9-Inch Nails as well, was that song. And I remember, listening to the lyrics later on, I was like, oh, wow, this is like really edgy.
Yeah, the older I got, I'd listen to the song and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have been listening to that when I was so young, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
This is the product of that.
But man, like what a great arrangement, and the sounds, and just, the delivery, from an artistic standpoint, it's just, there's a reason why it's so accoladed for what it is. That's funny though.
People that aren't even like 9-Inch Nails fans, like they'll say like, damn, that song.
You're gonna come to mind every time I hear it with the
see the pink boombox, like I'm holding a boombox outside someone's window.
You ruined it for me. You ruined it.
You're only gonna see pink whenever you hear that song now. I'm sorry. Just picture this little kid like, oh, I don't know what it means, but it's cool. It sounds great.
It would be great if it was a Hello Kitty.
Oh man, that could be a cool tattoo. Huh.
My catalyst into myself. It's like a pink Hello Kitty boombox. What so you're out of Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Dallas a couple of times the last few years, and I remember you're probably gonna. Are you from there originally?
Mm-hmm. Born and raised.
Oh man,
yeah.
You've got thick skin, because I'm down there. It was like July, and 8, 9 in the morning, somewhere around there. We get out of the hotel, and I just remember walking out with the little cart with the luggage, and the heat felt like it was coming out of the ground. It wasn't. Yep. I mean, this is like 9 in the morning. The sun isn't up that much. It's just kind of right over the horizon. It's like, how is this possible? It's like an oven at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Imagine like going to like outdoor festivals in that.
No.
Insane. Yeah. Insane. I don't know how I survived that.
Are you a Pantera girl then? Pantera. You must be a Pantera fan. No? They're Texas boys.
They are. I appreciate them for what they are, okay. Growing up here, that's all we hear is Pantera. And I think maybe that it jays you a little bit because that's all you hear. And it maybe like takes away what other people that didn't grow up here appreciates about the band.
Yeah.
But they're great. They're great. I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm not that big of a fan. I'm going to get some hate mail probably. Sorry, guys.
Did you listen to all their discography, or was it just the hits that you heard?
After hearing that song on my pink boombox, I stopped right there and went back, like to Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and I just fell in love. I love a lot of the older stuff, and people are
Gotcha.
like, "Oh, you're in your 30s. How are you enjoying this?" It's great music. It doesn't matter how old you are. Great music stands the test of time.
100%. Favorite Black Sabbath record? What would you say?
Oy vey. Oh, that's so
I
hard.
know. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, it's so hard. Can I plead the fifth?
Yeah,
Can I say all of them?
I'll say. Somebody asked this on Facebook, and I just said Master of Reality
Mm.
because it's just, oh, I love it. It's great.
Every time I try to pick my favorite song or album, I'll say it, and then a few days later I hear something else. I'm like, oh no, that's my favorite. That's actually my favorite. So it's just always that hamster wheel. That's the question I hate being asked. What is your favorite? All of it? Can I just cover all of it and say all of it?
Well, as far as creative process for you, um, I'm assuming that those are like your go-to artists. Then, if you're, let's say you're out doing a shoot, usually you have music on for the most part
Oh
because
yeah.
it just depends on the vibe. But what are some of the
Yeah.
go-to playlists that you usually get into when you're doing that?
I did a shoot in a Peter Steele crop top that I got from this company called Eye Candy. And I played Typo Negative, and it was one of those moments where I was supposed to be in New York for that whole thing, but because of circumstances, I can't. I
Right.
felt connected, and I think like it kind of brought out a different side of me that
Yeah.
I didn't even know I possessed. And so far, like posting those pictures online, like I've gotten a lot of good reviews about them. So it made me happy. It made me feel like I was still like paying homage to him in a certain way without actually being in New York. I
Have you
try
ever?
to listen to there's really not a go-to. It just kind of depends on the vibe of the shoot. If
Right.
it's mellow, maybe I'll throw some Incubus on. If it's hardcore, then maybe Nine Inch Nails, so I can remember being that kid and I don't know, trying to bring something out in that. As weird as that may sound.
How
It usually just depends.
how about so like Peter and like I'm gonna throw an even more difficult question at you, which is favorite Typo Negative record.
Oh God. One of my
I
friends,
have one, um, but I want to hear yours first. I want to see if you.
October Rust.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Awesome. Oh yeah, that album.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
yeah.
It's perfect. It's so perfect.
As far as like an album, it's just it. Yeah,
Everything. It's
yeah.
just perfect.
Now I
You
will say,
sit and you're like, oh my God, these people who are normal human beings created this. Like, this is amazing.
and the songs like my favorite songs aren't necessarily. I mean, "Love You to Death" is still like one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
But for me, like "Everything Dies," that was later in his career.
Oh my
Like,
God.
yo, oh my god, like
My
when I
heart
heard
just
that song
skipped a
for the
beat.
first time. September Sun, even in all the
Mhm.
earlier stuff. Did you ever get into the Carnivore?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great,
Yeah, as soon
great
as
stuff.
I found out about Typo Negative, and I love going backwards. I want to stop right there and then go backwards. I want
Yep,
to know influences. What were you into before you were in this band? Oh, you had a band before them? I want to hear it.
yeah.
It makes them who they are. God, oh, I could sit here and talk about Typo Negative all day.
That's why I knew you were going to be a good candidate because anybody that the typo community is just I've never seen such fan love and admiration, and it's like everybody just gets along. I've never seen people talking shit on
Yeah.
online about like in the community because there's always other bands where you'll see people in the same house like eating each other alive, but everybody has
Yeah.
respect for each other's opinions with typo. And I think it just kind of stems down because Peter was like that. He just had that great, gentle, giant personality. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ugh.
know.
One of my best friends actually went to New York last year for the 9th anniversary, and just looking at everything she was posting, all these people in a bar singing these songs that they made, and there's no drama, just happiness and people
Yeah.
cheering. It puts things into perspective, you know? People, there's so much music taste is a matter of opinion. But when you find that band and then you find other fans of that band, it makes you feel sort of normal, you know? Like, there's other people like me. I'm not alone in this world. It's great.
Yeah, for sure. While we're on bands for a second and, you know, people getting together, obviously we don't know how long this situation's going to be for. But I was curious to hear from you your best and worst concert experiences.
Oh God.
If you had one of each, you know, and if you don't want to use any names, that's fine.
I won't use a name for the worst. Just to, you know, the best thing I ever seen in my entire life is Rammstein. That show. Holy crap. Holy crap. I'm terrified of fire, and I'm like in the 100 section and all these flames are going up and I'm scared, but it's like, this is the greatest thing ever. This is so awesome. Felt like I got like super tanned after the show, but it was amazing from start to finish.
When did you see them?
I saw them 2012, and then the last time they came back through Dallas like 3 years ago. I was actually going to go to San Antonio to see them on this next go around, but I doubt that's going to happen.
Right. I've never seen them live. That's like a bucket list band for me to see. I love the intro when I've seen like stuff on YouTube where he comes out and he throws the hat and it explodes.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like, it's so amazing. It's just a perfect show. Like, all the fireworks, the flamethrowers, the explosions, and you don't know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. It's just you're there and you're so into it. You don't really care what's around you. You're just watching them perform. It's so amazing. It's hard for me to say that anyone would ever top that. Maybe one day there'll be someone, but for right now, it's hands down Rammstein. The worst show, I was at a music festival and there was a metal band on stage and I'm in the pit. I fell asleep on the barricade. I'm not going to say the name of the band because I'll probably get a whole lot of hate mail. Everyone I know loves that band, and they put me to sleep.
Wow. Literally.
I wasn't really a fan before either. I thought maybe seeing them live, like, I'd appreciate what everyone else saw in them, but no, I fell asleep. First time I ever fell asleep in a pit.
Yeah, for real. You have to tell me when we exit.
Yes.
Well,
we'll leave that on the cutting room floor.
Back on Rammstein real quick. Do you have like any favorite songs as far as?
I could talk about favorite Rammstein songs all day long.
Like the song Rammstein itself.
Oh yeah.
It's like, Did you ever see did you ever get into like David Lynch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that what was that?
Oh.
Movie? I gotta Google that.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
Or something.
Yes. Yes.
Is that it? Lost
yes.
Highway?
Yes. Like and that song was on it.
They just,
oh my God. Yes. Oh, it's just perfection. That's when I knew I'd be a Rammstein fan till the day I die.
It's trying to act like Till. Like, I've got the vocal range for it, but I can't. My German's terrible. So it's just like I just sound like an idiot. But
funny story. The last time they came through, summertime in Texas, outdoor show. Me and one of my best friends were trying to till hammer, and I passed out. Just trying to be till, just simply headbanging, I passed out. It was great.
How long were you out for?
I don't know. I came to, and they were still on stage, so hopefully not that long.
I remember
But it was just a really hot day, and of course the pyrotechnics.
Did you ever see Stone Temple Pilots?
Yes.
Did you see him with Scott?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I actually saw them with Scott what was that? Oh man, that must have been like 2009, 2010 when he got back with them.
Yeah.
Right when he got back. So you probably saw him on the same tour.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing them, and growing up in the 90s, I love grunge. Stone Temple Pilots were one of my favorite bands, will forever be one of my favorite bands. And to be there in that, it was so surreal hearing all these songs that I grew up loving and seeing these guys on stage that I absolutely love. It was so amazing.
The reason why I bring it up was there was this girl that I remember this specifically. They had to take this girl out on a stretcher. And I don't know why. Like, she really was in bad shape. But I just remember that, like, towards the end of the show, we left, like, right when they first started doing the encore because traffic at that Coliseum was just ridiculous. Although now with Scott being gone, like, I was a teenager at the time. I didn't really understand the full scope of, like, Scott Weiland and STP when I saw them. And it's like, well, you know, damn, now that he's gone, probably would have stayed for the whole thing. But,
yeah,
you know, there was this girl that they were taking out. And, yeah, it's just, you know, the things you see at live shows.
Yeah. It's just entertaining being there aside from the music, just people watching. Some of the best people watching that you can do.
I miss it for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's what I miss.
Do it again.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I miss right now is live music. Being there, having those moments. That's what I really miss.
What about best and worst shoot experiences on like on set?
Oh God.
Again, without using any names if you don't want to.
One of my first shoots, mind you, I've only been doing this for 3 years. Like, I had so much fun being behind a camera, doing stuff behind a camera, being behind everything, not in the forefront. One of my first shoots I did in an arcade. And it's like middle of the week, so I'm thinking it'd be empty. No. Kids everywhere. I'm trying to straddle this bike and trying to be sexy, and there's like 5-year-olds looking at me. It was so uncomfortable. I'm on the thing, and I'm like, oh, this is not cool. I'm gonna pretend like let's do this so I can go home. I was so embarrassed. And the pictures didn't really do as well as I hoped. So it was like, like you're seeing the fear on my face of trying to be sexy, but here's this 5-year-old kid like, Mommy, what is she doing? So that was definitely the worst. Oh man, best. God. I have a lot of fun with one of my friends who's a photographer. He's known me for years, so I'm really comfortable with him. And we usually joke and it's very lighthearted. We went to a waterfall here in Texas, and this is like November, so it's cold, it's raining. I have health issues, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get sick. Trying to climb down the waterfall and both of us falling, it turned into something that could have been it could have been a disaster, but it turned into one of the best shoots I've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah, we were like, oh, you know what? We're gonna bleed for our art. Let's just make it really real.
Yeah.
And it helped. It helped me to get more companies, like people looking at me. It's really fun. I like to tell that story because I bleed for my work.
Yeah, and you have to.
Yeah.
You know. I wrote down another. I didn't have this written down originally, but it just kind of felt like a interesting topic to bring up. Because it seems like you have a spiritual side to you. Your thoughts on that, or how you tie it into what you do?
Um, Growing up, my family was really religious, and I just I didn't really fit into a lot of their beliefs. So the older I got into Wicca, and a lot of my tattoos and a lot of my shoots kind of bring that out. I like being as real as I can be. Like, what you see is what you get. I'm Wiccan, so I'm gonna do the witchy shoots and all of that. And I always get questions like, is that what you really believe in? Like, you don't think about anything else? Like, how do you feel about this? And I I feel like everyone, I always try to find my words properly when talking about that. I think everyone needs to find what works best for them in life. Like, we need something to help us through life. And I just, I'm one of the people, when it comes to Wicca, I try to respect Mother Nature as best as I can. There's different things that I'll do for like a full moon. There's different shoots I'll do. I won't shoot on certain dates. Like if it's Friday the 13th, I don't really want to shoot because I feel like it's not gonna be as good as what I could do. I try to just, I never want to be fake, come off as something that I'm not. So I try to respect my beliefs, and I also try to respect other people's beliefs. I'm never going to push what I feel and what I think down anyone else's throat. I always say what works for you works for you. What works for me is being Wiccan. Before shoots, I sage myself. After shoots, I sage myself. There's people like, oh my God, how can you do that? Well, this is how I get through. This is how I'm able to do what I do. This is how I'm able to stand in front of a camera when everything else in my world is going wrong. But I can stand here, I'm saging myself, I'm putting myself right here, right now, and giving you what you want.
Interesting. Interesting.
Just, you got to be true to yourself.
Yeah. No, I heard something chime in the background. I was like,
Oh,
did you hear it?
I have my headphones in.
Uh,
It could have been a horn. I'm in an apartment building, so there's probably a million different noises. Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. Future plans for you?
I'm going to do a lot more stuff. It's okay. We have to have plans for the future. We do. I'm going to do a lot more stuff on YouTube. I got started on YouTube just doing product reviews and behind the scenes of photo shoots. But now I want to do more interactions with people, like have people send me topics or anything, a question that they want me to speak about for that week, and just try to do that. I like making people laugh, and I think that's what we need to do during this time is more laughter. Yeah. So I just want to do what I can to make people laugh. And I'm going to do a lot more stuff on YouTube. I'm going to continue to try to be comfortable in front of a camera because I'm still not. After 3 years, I'm still like, oh, I don't know how this is going to look, but I'm going to try. So I have a ring light at home. I'm going to continue to do at-home photo shoots since, you know, the world's crazy out there, and I kind of want to still be okay. I don't want to go out there and catch anything or infect other people if I had something. So I'm just going to try to do as much fun stuff at home as I possibly can to just put stuff out there.
Cool.
Not get rusty, not revert back into being uncomfortable in front of a camera. It's coming up on 1 year of doing a professional shoot for me. And I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm just going to try to keep doing stuff at home and being comfortable in front of cameras.
Well, congrats on the 1-year anniversary.
Thank you. Hopefully my next professional shoot is going to be amazing, and
Yeah,
I'll learn a lot about myself that I can put out there.
You know, it's a crazy time. So your YouTube and Patreon, what are the handles for those? Rachel Belladonna.
Rachel Belladonna. Mm-hmm. I try to keep all the names the same so people can easily find me.
Right. And we'll have that in the description box below on YouTube. And then if it's Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, Simplecast, all those platforms, it'll be on the side.
Thank you.
This has been great. I've got a fun little thing I do at the end where I just say a word that's related to the guest. And you just it's a judgment-free zone. You just say the first word back that comes to mind.
This is going to be interesting.
And now I'm actually add a few more. I'm literally writing them down right now.
Oh my God.
Hold on. This is okay. This is good. All right. Metal.
Awesome.
Yeah. Alternative.
Fun.
Design.
Creative.
Art.
Expressive.
These are really good answers.
Thank you. I was a little nervous.
That's how it is on every single, anybody who says like, oh, I'm going to totally bomb this. I'm like nervous and everything. They not, it's just like, they knock it out of the park. I don't know. You're doing great. Makeup.
Art.
Wow. That was amazing. Typo negative.
Sex.
Peter would be proud.
Yes, the green man.
Well, let me tell you, man, that's
Peter, Playgirl.
you know that they did their job properly in the marketing department. Man, he's just God, I miss that guy. I can't believe I never got to see them live. Can't believe it.
I saw them once, the last tour. Yeah, it was. I of course did not know it was going to be the last time.
Yeah,
one and only time, but it was one of those experiences that I felt like I was watching from outside of my body because I couldn't believe I was there. It was amazing. God, I missed that band.
Yeah. Wig.
Hair. Fun hair.
Pit.
Pain. I'm in my 30s. It hurts now. I can't mosh like I used to.
I mean, these are the ones that I added those. I'm also adding a couple more. Dallas.
Sweaty.
Yeah. Barbecue.
Yum.
Pizza.
My favorite thing. I know that's more than one word, but oh my God, I could eat pizza almost every day.
Yeah, I discovered that I really make good pizza during quarantine.
Oh, nice.
I'll send you a video. I'm like screaming and rolling and throwing dough in the kitchen. It's
oh wow.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing.
Are awesome.
One more. Drink.
every day.
So I've got one last question that I ask everybody, and that is, if you could go back in time to your 15-year-old self, knowing what you know now, what would you tell her as advice?
I would tell her to enjoy every little moment because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring your way. You don't know if like seeing your favorite band this time is going to be the last time, or even friends or family if that'll be the last time. Enjoy every little moment regardless of how small you think it is.
Fantastic. Any last words beyond that?
Love each other, have fun, enjoy life. Let's work together and be great. Love your fellow man.
Good stuff. Well, you guys have been watching and listening to the Jason Damico show. Thank you so much. Definitely check out Rachel's material.
Thank you.
The boxes to the sides or below. And subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.